Hello everyone, it's Ariam aka Yuno aka the Fireface guy, and I'm very excited kinda to show you Heraldic Beasts. This is my build, it's with the Numeron rank up spell, and yeah, I went 3-2 with this at the last exit on elimination. Took a while to record this because basically I ordered some stuff and I accidentally ordered Ultimate Lightning Chidori without tracking. And I don't think I'm getting it anytime soon, but whatever. So I decided to profile without it because I already have one anyways, so it's fine. I played two at the tournament, but there's plenty of other cards you could play instead, and I chose one. And yeah, we'll get there when we'll get there. I also changed another card, partly because I don't have it, partly because, well, it worked out for me, for my luck, but I don't think it was necessarily a great pick. It just kind of worked out. We'll get there soon enough, but basically, this is gadgets. Sorry, this is better gadgets. Sorry, this is much better gadgets. This is pretty much rank 4 deck. So, how this deck works. Heraldic Beast Leo, he's a 2k beater. When he's normal summoned at the end of the turn, he gets destroyed. And if he's sent to the graveyard in any way, shape, or form, hard once per turn, he searches a Heraldic Beast monster from the deck. And yeah. Why this is straight up gadgets is Aberconway, who is the second best. We're on 3 of this guy. He's a wind, he's a dragon, and he's also 1800, so they're both pretty damn big. And basically, his effect is kind of weird. Pretty much, you can banish another. If you have two in graveyard, you can banish. You can activate one, banish the other one, and add back a Heraldic Beast from the graveyard back to the hand. It can add itself back, actually. Never didn't notice it. Never came up, but still, good to know. Anyways, yeah. So pretty much, you want to get both Leo and Aberconway in place so that Leo gets you the second Aberconway, and then once you have both engraved, you can banish one and get Leo back. Leo gets Aberconway again. Aberconway gets Leo back. Leo searches the last Heraldic Beast. We are playing one copy of Basilisk, who is Didi Warrior Lady. Comes up. It's just because we do want a seventh name definitely for Leo to search. There's a couple of other options. Depends on the build. There's one that is more suited for Lightsworn builds, and there's another one that's it has some very funny synergy with artifacts. I'll just say that if in case I ever do profile that build, not currently planning on, but you never know. I will run out of decks at some point, and I will get desperate. But yeah, Basilisk just 1000. So gets under bottomless. That actually did come up once in the tournament. Yeah, whenever you can crash it into something or set it, and whatever it battles will also die. But yeah, to make this deck work like gadgets, we need to have a bunch of extenders. So 3 copies of Kage Tokage, the best one. 2 copies of Dynatherium. Of course, the fact that it revives stuff does kind of suck, but at the same time, it's a wind. That's kind of one of the two main advantages this deck has. One of the two main selling points. It's wind. It makes Lightning Chidori. Lightning Chidori is insane, so kind of makes up for it. Then we're running 2 copies of Photon Thrasher and 1 copy of Goblinberg, and that runs out our extender lineup. In the tournament I was running only 1 Photon Thrasher because the last monster I was running was Revival Golem, which if you don't know what it does, it's a 2k or 2100 wall. a rock type that whenever he's sent from the deck to the graveyard, you can summon, special summon him or add him back to hand. So like the thing is, if Lava Wall Chain lives a turn, you don't get that much payoff because like Lava Wall Chain, you always want to summon it turn one, very often. But after that, even if it does survive, which well, we do run some amount of back row, so that's possible. It's not gonna do too much, honestly. So kind of wanted some payoff and also a way to make Foolish Burial an extender. But yeah, it worked out for me, but it's obviously a very bricky card. I don't think I would recommend it, but feel free to use it. It's a fun card for sure. But yeah, Foolish Burial, Dumps Leo, or Abercrombie if you need to, or Revival Golem if you run it. Then we're running one reinforcements of the army to search out Thrasher or Goblinberg. It's very often you will side this out and a couple of the warrior extenders, honestly. But yeah, that's at least what I did. Then to round off the extenders, we are running 2 copies of Instant Fusion. You can summon Marvelous with it, so it's a wind monster. So really, really good. But we don't have a space for a second one, so we can only really run 2 Instant Fusions, unfortunately. Also, it has anti-synergy with Kage to Kage, unlike Dynatherium and Goblinberg, so that sucks. Forgot to mention that also Thrasher has anti-synergy with Kage to Kage. That's kind of relevant, but yeah. Next up, we are running 3 copies of Soul Charge, because this deck can set up the grave pretty well, and then we are running 3 copies of Soul Charge, because this deck can set up the grave. Yeah, okay, so if you don't know what this card does, it's advanced Heraldry Hard, or as I like to call it, aha! As opposed to Ara Mara. And yeah, pretty much target 2 Heraldic Beast monsters in the graveyard. Don't need to be different copies, don't need to be the same copy. You can summon Leo and Aberconway, or 2 copies of Aberconway, and then immediately XYZ summon them. So yeah, I don't think I need to explain why this card is good. I more need to explain why we run 3 Soul Charge, and it's more because like it's so strong if you resolve it that even if you see multiples, it's fine. I don't care. I just want to see it. And yeah, this deck can have some very nutty turns with like 2 or 3 copies of advanced Heraldry Heart plus Soul Charge. You can break any board with a good enough hand. At least I would like to say that, but I think I lost a game where I had advanced Heraldry Heart and Soul Charge in one turn, but shh, don't say that. Anyways, we're moving on to 2 copies of Numeron rank up magic. So basically, just ranks up into a sea monster with the higher rank. With the higher rank, yeah. But it also has a very neat effect where pretty much on resolution it's Ice Beast 0 fine but permanent. Not the attack boost, but just negating every other card on the field, including your own card, which is kind of annoying, but it's fine. The funniest interaction with this is versus Skill Drain. This shit negates Skill Drain and it's hilarious. It's always so funny. You can like go into 1-1, effect, activate, Skill Drain, okay. Rank up magic, GG. I say that, but both my losses were to Mythic Ruler and Heraldic Ruler, so probably shouldn't talk too much shit about Skill Drain, should I? Speaking of Skill Drain, 3 copies of Forbidden Lance to deal with back rows. Yeah, very good card. And then 1 copy of Dark Hole, because, we have a lot of floating power, and we don't make 2 big boards, so it's fine. It's a good card. Going on to the traps, we are running 3 copies of Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. Blab also likes to play a 4th discard trap in Regeki Break. I don't have the space for it, but yeah, pretty much this can help us. Well, it's not that like it helps us usually, because like we are fine with our Heraldics in hand, but they are pretty free, at least in the short term, because like you do have a finite amount of gadget searches, but at least short term, this is free because whatever you discard, you will get back a Leo or an Aberconway, depending on what you discarded. You will get the other. So yeah, very, very, very strong card. Because we can use it. Then we are running through 2 copies of Breakthrough Skill. Good card. It's a good card. It's Breakthrough Skill. It's Breakthrough Skill in hard form. It's a good trap. I can't really say much more. We don't need to protect our monsters particularly, so we don't need Fiendish Chain. Yeah. 2 copies of Fire Tap for back rows, and then for our limited traps, we are only running Bottomless and Torrential. Compose is a good option, just no space for it. Though you could cut Bottomless for it if you want to. I don't know. Solemn Morning, we are not running it because we are running 3 copies of Soul Charge and 2 copies of Instant Fusion, and the life point cost gets a bit heavy. So I kind of wanted to avoid that. But yeah, that is the main deck. Moving on to the extra deck. We have number C101. This is the boss monster of the deck, pretty much. You stack it on top of 101, and then pretty much you can just Cyber Dragon Infinity any monster the opponent controls. And then whenever he's destroyed while you have 101 in the graveyard, well, you don't have to detach first. It can go to the graveyard with 101 and it counts. You summon him back. So during your turn, it's very hard to deal with unless unless the opponent doesn't have a monster to give it protection back. They have to kill it twice whenever it's their turn. And also, whenever he's summoned back by his floating effect, you gain back 2,800 life points. That's really, really nice. Thank you very much. I'll gladly take more opportunities to Soul Charge. Next, for our other number C, our other rank up spell target, we're running number C80, Requiem in Berserk. Basically, you stack it on top of Rhapsody and you banish 3 cards. It's nowhere near strong, but still good. Also, you like Rhapsody, you can attach it to a monster, and that monster gains 2,000 attack, so that's good. Solid card, but obviously this is your main guy. And then we're running the one Lightning Chidori. I did pay 2 because it does come up sometimes versus Artifact Traptrix decks, but never made it during the tournament. Just would have come up in testing of it, but yeah. Definitely one of the main selling points of the deck. If you don't know what it does, just on summon, it bottoms back row, and then you can attach a material to Phoenix Wing Blast, face-up card that the opponent controls. Well, the on-summon effect is not just a back row, it's a face-down card, so that's really nice. Then we're running 2 copies of 101 because he's kind of the small boss monster of the deck, and obviously you want to have another to be able to make C101 easier in the late game. Then we are running Exiton. Could definitely run 2 copies of him. Didn't because like this deck is kind of decent at maintaining advantage. Then Dweller, Rhapsody, obviously Rhapsody for the C80 as well. Black Ship. Then we are running 1 Lava Level Chain and 1 King of the Feral Imps. Lava Level Chain dumps Leo or Aberconway or Revival Golem if you run it. King of the Feral Imps searches Kage. Then we're running 1 copy of Diamond Wolf. We are running the fact that it touches 2, and so it fills the graveyard is really, really nice. You can also pop Leo, but that hasn't come up yet, really. But yeah, It was one of the cards I used the most in the extra deck, to be fair. Then one copy of Crazy Box for skill tree, and one Heartland Draco. This is the card I added because I don't have the second Chidori. You know, by the way, you definitely can run a second Lava Chain or a second King of the Feral Imps. Those, well, a Lava Chain wouldn't have come up for me, but Blab is an advocate for it, and King of the Feral Imps would have come up for me, the second one. But yeah, Hunter and Draco, just, we have a bunch. We have advanced Heraldry arcs, which is free soul charge, so we can just top deck into direct 2k. I figure that might come up. So yeah. And then to round off the extra deck, of course, we are running the one Marvelous for the instant fusion. And that's it from me. This was quite a long one, but Heraldic Beasts are not the most famous deck. Still shorter than the Sylvan profile for some reason, but yeah. Leave a like, join the Discord, leave a comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all the good shit, and goodbye.